Let's see if this works this time. Tell me if there's sound, please. Somebody out there. Okay, sound's working. You should have heard all the beautiful stuff I played just a minute ago, but now you can hear it. Alright. Let us know where you're tuning in from, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live stream. This song is called Boundless.
Came in like a river, floated me into a dream. I cruised along with the current. I didn't wanna fight the stream, but you keep bending, twisting, turning, boundless, pouring, chasing, rolling, boundless, running, spilling, overflowing. When I think I've reached my limit, you pull me right back in it. Ooh, baby, your love is boundless. I used to stand on the shoreline, afraid to dip in my toes, but you pulled me in forever, and it's a feeling that just grows. You keep bending, twisting, turning, boundless, pouring, chasing, rolling, boundless, running, spilling, overflowing. When I think I've reached my limit, you pull me right back in it. Ooh, baby, your love is boundless.
Welcome, everybody. How's it going out there? I'm curious to know how everyone is faring this December 10th, 2022. We're nearing the end of the year. Isn't that a wild thing? I don't know if the year's flown by or dragged on. Feels like a long year, but at the same time, it feels like I can't believe it's 2023 already. So that song, it was from my Borders album, which I put out in 2020. And I wanted to play an original song to begin with because it's a crazy thing, you know, this Christmas season, Christmas music. I have a lot of Christmas guitar arrangements, and they tend to get a lot of views on the old social media. I got 2 million hits on Instagram, on Jingle Bell Rock, 1 million on TikTok. It's a bit of a interesting thing to grapple with as a person who writes songs. And I have 7 albums out now. One of them is a Christmas album, but yeah, it's just interesting to see what songs connect with people. Of course, a lot of people have memories and personal associations with certain songs, cover songs that is. But anyway, I'm going to quit ranting and I'm going to play another tune. We got folks tuning in from Malaysia, Western Australia, Texas, Belgium. That about covers all the bases, doesn't it? Lisa Marie has a request for Borsalino. That's a great idea, Lisa. Thank you for the request. Let me just switch guitars here. I'm going to pick up this guitar. This is a McPherson. It's pretty cool instrument. This tune was composed by Claude Bolling. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I could be mistaken. He's a French composer. He was a French composer. I believe he passed away. And this is just a beautiful composition that was arranged mostly by Tommy Emmanuel, but Chet Atkins and Tommy recorded it on their album When the Fingerpickers Took Over the World, which is one of my favorites. I can't tell you how many times I listened to that when I was in my formative guitar years. Here we go, Borsalino. Isn't that a beautiful piece of music? Written by Claude Borsalino. Someone asked, who's doing the camera work, Joe? Well, it's my big toe on my left foot here. I have a little switcher down here and I can switch. And it's an interesting thing doing these streams. Someone sent me a text message today, a friend of mine, who has a popular YouTube channel, and he said, what software do you use for streaming? And I told him all the things I use, and I was thinking, oh yeah, because I got this stream thing down. I've done 91 streams now, and then I press start stream, and then there's no sound. So it just goes to show you got to stay humble. But some of the things I'm keeping track of when I'm streaming, I'm switching the camera with my foot, and this particular guitar, if I sit the way I want to sit, you get all this glare from my light right there. So I kind of raise my heel so that I'm playing on like my toe elevated. It's a bit uncomfortable, but you kind of get used to it. And every guitar has a bit of a different reflection point. So play something by the Beatles. I'm going to play one of my songs because I'm the boss. I hope you're enjoying the music. I do have a virtual tip jar set up for these live streams. The tip jar link is joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. If you enjoy the music and you want to support it, that's a great way to do so. Thank you very much in advance to anyone who chooses to leave a tip, small or large. I appreciate it very much. The tip jar link once more is joerobinson.com/tipjar. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to play an original tune. Why don't I play a song called Hitchhiker? That's a fun song. It's a bit of a true story. About a poor, unfortunate fellow, and I'll let the lyrics tell the rest. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. He had crazy eyes and a confusing odor. Whiskey on his breath said he just got sober. Hitchhiker, a hitchhiker, stumbling down the road, sticking out his thumb, knowing where he's going, sure as heck ain't where he's from. I noticed his left foot was covered in a bandage, looked like last week's bologna sandwich. Hitchhiker, a hitchhiker, John Deere mower and severed his toes for that workers' comp. Now watch out, he's a man with money to blow. Don't put him in a box, tell him what to do. He's got nothing in common with me or you. He don't need no pity, don't feel no shame. Ain't got nothing but a claim to fame. Hitchhiker, he's got crooked fingers, then his knuckles been broke, missing 2 front teeth right where he puffs on a smoke. Hitchhiker, a hitchhiker, leathered skin and prison tats. He never learned to read, but he's got well-developed lats. Rather be blackout drunk than keeping up with the Joneses. Got a rambling spirit down in his bones. He's a likable, despisable kind of creep. He'd take a bullet for a friend, kill an enemy in their sleep. Hitchhiker. One more time. Making his way on down to Sydney, got a black marker by off his left kidney. Hitchhiker, a
hitchhiker. He set himself apart, down to his last breath. Piece by piece, pretty soon there won't be much of anything left. He never smoked a cigarette that he didn't bum. Survive weeds on and on scraps and crumbs. He don't take no shit, he don't place no blame. Ain't got nothing but a claim to fame, hitchhiker.
All right. Daniel Dustman says, this song has some heavy Jerry Reed vibes. That's about the biggest compliment you can give me, because Jerry Reed was one of the greatest guitar players who ever picked up the instrument, if you ask me. And as much as I love the Beatles, who were some of the greatest songwriters, ain't none of them could play guitar like Jerry Reed. By a long shot. And yeah, Jerry Reed, some of my big influences as far as the fingerstyle players go. Jerry Reed, Chet Atkins, Elizabeth Cotton, I would say. Lenny Bro, Tommy Emmanuel, of course, who has been an amazing mentor. I get some weird messages on here sometimes. The other thing I'm doing is I'm looking at the chat, because I read your comments when you make comments. And if I ignore you, it's probably for a good reason. Sometimes people ask the same request 30 times. And I always think to myself, you got to take a hint. All right. Not so much Mel Travis. Yeah, I forgot Mel Travis. I feel like Mel Travis was so long ago that there's just not as much to dive into. Unlike with Chet, who had just dozens and dozens of amazing arrangements. But Mel Travis as well. In fact, I'll play a Mel Travis tune. Because he really started the whole thing. There are many ways to play fingerstyle guitar. Some people do it with slapping and tapping. I like to do it with music that swings and music that has counterpoint. Counterpoint is one of my favorite elements of music. It's kind of like trying to play the guitar a bit like a piano. So piano, you have the left hand rocking away with a bass part of some kind, and then you have melodies up top. And I try to do the same thing with the guitar, which is a little bit more complicated because you have to kind of do it with the one hand. But the kind of idea that Jerry Reed, Mel Travis, and Chet Atkins and Tommy Emmanuel pioneered is having this kind of thumb groove. Let me just kind of get myself situated here. Get a sound. Kind of having the thumb groove go like this. Counterpoint is just playing two things simultaneously. So you have a thing up top and then a thing up bottom, and you play them together. So that's the thing up down the bottom. The thing up top might be. Not the best example, and my tone is getting all funky here. I got a pedal on that shouldn't be on. But I am going to play Cannonball Rag for you, y'all. On an electric guitar. This guitar was around before Cannonball Rag was even written. That's how old it is. Here we go. I saw someone comment, I can't ever do that. And I think that's not true, because anyone can play fingerstyle guitar, anyone can learn how to play fingerstyle guitar, but I think the appropriate response to seeing someone play some crazy stuff on the guitar is, you'd have to be absolutely out of your mind to sit there playing the guitar for long enough to be able to do that. That's what I think about myself sometimes. I look at myself and I think, I must be one of the only people in the world who is absolutely mad enough to be so committed to playing this music. But you know what? It captivated me as a young person, and it still fascinates me. And I really enjoy sharing the beauty of music with people. I talk to my mum on FaceTime here and there, and she'll always tell me about the new songs that she's learning on the ukulele, and the time that she goes out and performs with her ukulele group. And I think, what a great thing music is to have in your life in some capacity. You don't need to be terminally obsessed like me to play it on the absolute highest level that you can muster. But music is it takes the stress away. It's like the opposite of politics. It's the world's oldest language. It's just such a good thing for us all. And I think music is being kind of compromised by Spotify in the terms of, it just doesn't sound very good. If you listen to tracks on Spotify, the quality's not there. Vinyl records used to sound incredible. CDs sounded really good. Vinyl sounds like not very good. I'm sorry, Spotify sounds not very good. And so I just encourage people to find a way to experience good music in your life. And the best way to experience it is playing an instrument. That's my belief. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. Daniel Dustman says, have you ever played at the Station Inn in Nashville? I have played the Station Inn in Nashville. That's a great joint. Casey says, music is boundless. I love that. That's so true, Casey. Very well said, mate. I always appreciate when you can take a sentence or a long idea and combine it into one little phrase, like a little aphorism. David says, music makes the world a better place. I'm totally in agreement. It's therapeutic, yeah. I saw a request come through before for Fireflies. So I'm going to play Fireflies now. Zion Red says, saw you at the most recent show at City Winery in Nashville. Great show. Thank you. That was a good night. Here we go. That song's in B major, which is a really interesting key for the guitar. I'll have to write another tune in B major. It's got a unique sound to it. Cameron says, "Hi Joe, I'm late to the stream. Wanted to tell you that you are my top album, top artist, and top song in my Apple Music 2020 year in review. Keep the good stuff coming." Thank you so much, Cameron. That really means a lot. If you have a request, let me know and I'll play it for you. Many Vibes says, "Man, I love the sound on that Maton. He makes it sing so beautifully." Thanks. Yeah, they're a really great guitar. I really feel like it's just my comfort zone. It's the guitar I play on all day, and it's fun to have other tones and other sounds, but Maton I feel like is kind of home base for me. Caleb's Crazy Amazing Life says, "How many hours a day do you play?" Well, truthfully, these days, when I record one of my lessons that I'm posting on YouTube twice a week, I'll film it for about 2 hours, and then I'll edit it for about 3 to 4 hours, and then I'll spend an hour posting it and doing all the thumbnails and all that stuff. So it's like they go 6-7 hours of the day. And some of that was spent playing the guitar when I'm teaching a song, but I wish I had more time to just practice. But people really like the lessons, and I like teaching them. Joe Hunt says, "Do you know any Beatles?" Yes, I know a lot of Beatles songs. I should do it to Tommy Emmanuel. Have we got any Rolling Stones fans in the house? Great, here's some Beatles. Can you please play me Tears in Heaven? I'm going to wait until Cameron has a request, because Cameron's going to request one of my songs instead of some songs that are 50 years old. As much as I enjoy playing those from time to time. My wife asked if you know any Elvis songs. I've been working on a version of... That's a beautiful song. Stay tuned for that one. Yeah, I see a message here about the speaker in my Fender Champ, and I'm going to try to quickly pull up this message from Alexander Dumble that I received about the Champ. And I'll read it out, because Alexander Dumble is a great character. Dumble. Okay, so I'll have to get sophisticated and figure out how to put my screen on the stream. So this is the speaker in my Champ. I'm going to say this because I get a lot of questions about it, and I realize that not everyone's going to care about the speaker in an amp. But this is a message I got from Alexander Dumble. "Hi Joe, just was able to read your email below. Have been dealing with the flu and have not been getting on the computer. Today is March 9th and you are probably already done with Santa Barbara. On the Blackface Champ, yes, there is a workable upgrade, either a version of the Ultraphonics or Rockphonics tech packages, but they are expensive. Because when he works on an amp, he uses old parts and he kind of rebuilds it. And even for a small amp that's very simple, takes him a lot of time. Alexander's passed away now, of course, but he was just a genius and really amazing fella. This is what he said to me about the Champ. "If the Champ is working for you now, then it might be best not to put a huge investment into." I respected him for that, so he wasn't just trying to take my money and fix an amp. He was like, if you like it, then great, because he suggested I play a Champ. "Albeit, I do recommend that you consider putting in a new Celestion 8-inch speaker." Alexander really likes Celestion speakers. He says it's the model G8C-15 with a 4-ohm voice coil. So there you go. Hope all goes superbly for your touring with Tommy Emmanuel. Also, I hope that you escaped the tornado last Tuesday in Nashville. So that was a nice email I got from Alexander Dumble. He was just a great person and a brilliant amplifier genius. So that's the speaker. Okay, it costs like I think I paid $35 for the speaker. I forget what I was gonna play now. Let me scroll up and see if there's a comment from Cameron. Play Affirmation. I can play that for you, Cameron. Thanks for the request, mate. Here's Affirmation. One, two, three. That's Affirmation. What a cool song. All right. got to figure out what to play next. I saw a request for Wandering Man coming through from Eileen, I believe. So I'm going to play Wandering Man for you, Eileen. Thanks for the request. Just try to find my lyrics sheet here. Getting warmer. And I didn't find it. Let me see if I can get it here. Well, I'll just try and get through it, I guess. I apologize for this. Wandering Man, where I should get an iPad. I see guys playing with the iPad. I should have an iPad with all my lyrics in it, but let me do a quick search here. That's too hard. I'll just have to try to make it up. I really should know the lyrics to my own dang songs. Yep, Daniel says the lyric is wandering around somewhere. Exactly. Here we go.
Wandering man ain't no kind of man. He was born with a wandering eye. He'll deceive you, he will leave you all alone to cry. A wandering man ain't no kind of man. He was born to make you blue. It won't be long until it's gone. Then what you gonna do? He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. Like silver sand slipping through your hands. He's a wandering man. A wandering man ain't no kind of man who's only let you down. Your gun will rise to no surprise. He won't be around. A wandering man ain't no kind of man, just a lesson to be learned. You light a match and play with fire, you're bound to get burned. He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. Like silver sand slipping through your hands. He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. Like silver sand slipping through your hands. He's a wandering man. A wandering man ain't no kind of man. He was born to make you blue. It won't be long till it's gone. And what you gonna do? He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. Like silver sand slipping through your hands. He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. He's a wandering man. Like silver sand slipping through your hands. He's a wandering man.
was only one little tiny idiosyncratic mistake, but I got through most of the lyrics. So thanks for your belief in me, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we have a virtual tip jar set up for these live streams, and if you enjoy the music and want to support it, the virtual tip jar link is joerobinson.com/tipjar, TIPJAR. It's completely optional, but I certainly appreciate anyone who takes the time to leave a tip, and I certainly appreciate anyone who has done in the past. It means a lot, so thank you very much. I'm going to play some Christmas tunes now, because 'tis the season. Here's a song that I posted a lesson for my YouTube channel this morning. It is a great old track called Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I see a really good question there. Hi sir, I had a question about why did you choose the name Invisible Technique? I think there's a secret to it. So he's asking about, the name is Zizu-L. Zizu-L is asking about my teaching platform, which is called Invisible Technique. And my goal for playing music is to have flawless technique so that all you hear is music. I think technique shouldn't get in the way of music, and technique can be used as a way to create excitement and make a piece sound exciting, but I think technique should be invisible. And I think it's actually a pretty simple process to get to a point where your technique is invisible and you don't sound like you're making mistakes. You don't sound like you're really struggling. You should, when you play, it should look easy. And there's a particular method that I teach that allows me to do that, and that has allowed many, many of my students to do that. I don't talk about this very often, but it's a really interesting thing. When I travel internationally, sometimes I get paired up with other guitarists who are my contemporaries. Oftentimes they're younger than me, and they'll tell me, "Oh, Joe, I started watching your lessons 10 years ago, and I learned your songs, and now they're like famous." That there are many of the YouTube guitarists who were listening to me. And anyway, people like Sung Young, I've known him since he was 15 or 14 or something. And yeah, I mean, you can learn how to have perfect guitar technique, and then what you do with it is totally up to you. What kind of music you make, what kind of style, the sky's the limit. But it's really just a matter of learning to play with no tension and developing a routine and being intentional about how you spend your time playing, being deliberate and intentional. And there's a lot of fun to be had. It's not just like this disciplined work. But my site, Invisible Technique, has been a really huge success this year. I just launched it this year. And all my teaching is going on that platform from here on out. So I'd recommend any guitar players out there check out my daily exercises course. It's linked below in the video description. And that's a good place to start. And I know many of you out there will be already in that program. And so I encourage you to just do those exercises as consistently as you want. But they're the exercises that I've done for the last 15 years that have allowed me to have really nice guitar technique. And I've received great compliments from really famous guitar players who like wrote the book on technique. Like Stanley Yates said, "You have really beautiful technique, Joe." And I'm happy to share that knowledge with anyone who wants it. I'll also say that if you're a guitar player, I have a coaching community, which is an open and closed community, and I'm going to be opening the doors once more at the end of this month, so kind of going into the new year. So if you're interested in being part of that coaching community, go to my website, invisibletechnique.com, press coaching community, and join the wait list. You'll be sent an email when it opens, and you can join, and then we'll onboard a new batch of students. We have a really great community already started, and it's going to be nice to welcome in some more students. We do a Zoom call each month, and it's really great. There we go. Many Vibes says, is it like one payment per lesson pack or a monthly subscription? Well, the daily exercises course is a one-time purchase, and you own that course forever. The coaching community is a subscription, so it's a monthly subscription, and it's a bit of a different, it's a whole different ball game. It's more interactive, but yeah, there we go. Lucas, I'll just answer a couple more questions here. What is the difference between Invisible Technique and True Fire Community? Well, I started a True Fire channel that's actually still up there, but I'm going to be taking it down at some point, I think. I started the True Fire channel, and I felt like I wanted to have just a bit more, well, the ability to communicate with my students directly, to like let them know when the Zoom calls were, and I didn't have that ability on True Fire. So I created my new platform, and it's just, I have a lot more I can do on the new platform, so it's a lot better, it's easier to navigate, it's just a better experience in every way, as far as the community goes. So anyway, I'm going to play some Christmas songs for you. Here's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. 1, 2, 3, 4. we go, everybody. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, I have a Christmas album. It's called Christmas Au Chalet. And if you go to joerobinson.com/Christmas, you can purchase this album on vinyl, on CD. You can purchase a bundle with one of these beanies. You can purchase a bundle with all my CDs or all my vinyl albums. And that's kind of a limited time bundle offer. So if you go to joerobinson.com/Christmas, there's still time if you're in the US to get it before Christmas. So check that out if you're interested. I'm going to play one more song. And I'm going to make it this one, Silent Night. Beautiful Christmas piece. Isn't that a beautiful piece of music? Take good care, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. My tip jar link is joerobinson.com/tipjar. If you enjoyed the music and want to leave a tip, thank you. No pressure, of course. See you again really, really soon with some more music. Thanks for listening. Thanks for liking. Thanks for sharing. And most importantly, thanks for enjoying the music. I appreciate it a lot. Take good care. Bye-bye.